Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Michael and today I'm going to be taking you through a yoga session specifically focused on shoulder mobility. It's a lovely way to get into the upper back, a nice way to open up some space in the neck and across the chest and just kind of relieve tension in the whole of the upper body. We're going to be using a belt for our practice, so in terms of our props, you want a belt close by. If you haven't got a yoga belt, either a long piece of material or maybe a dressing gown strap would do just as good. We're going to begin seated, so let's find ourselves a nice comfortable seat, however that is for you, and then once we're there, let's rest the hands gently onto our knees. So we can gently close or soften the eyes. Beginning to sit tall through the crown of the head, just allowing the spine and the back of the body to become nice and open. And we could begin to slow and refine the breath. Just allowing everything to gently settle. So we can just take a moment to check in with the physical body. Just notice how the body's feeling today. So we can be aware of areas of tightness, spaces of tension within the body. Maybe areas that require a little bit more attention, a little bit more patience. Maybe noticing how we feel mentally. So an awareness of our thoughts, our emotions and our feelings. And then really turning our attention to the breath. So beginning to deepen our breathing. And beginning to soften the shoulders down away from the ears, relaxing the muscles of the face. And just releasing the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. So we truly allow the body to arrive in the space. We can start to have that soft upward lift of the pelvic floor as we gently draw the navel in towards the spine. If Ujjayi breath is part of your practice, you may want to engage the Ujjayi breath now. So just hollowing out the space at the back of the throat and just beginning to warm and soften the breath before it enters the body. And we're going to simply take our hands into prayer position in front of the chest, what we call our Anjali Mudra, so we can have a softness between the palms of the hands and the pads of the fingers. I'm going to bring the heels of the hands down in line with the elbows and just lightly press the hands together. So just feel a sense of energy moving up through the arms into the shoulders. And continue to draw the shoulder blades back towards each other. So just engage in a sense of opening across the chest. So become aware of all the muscles that surround the shoulders and the upper back. Keeping the neck nice and relaxed. From here, let's interlace our fingers. Let's press the palms away from the body, and as we breathe in, let's float the arms up to the sky, drawing the shoulders back and down, lifting high through the palms of the hands. The arms are in line with the ears, the face muscles are nice and relaxed. Lower belly gently drawing in. So maintain a sense of grounding through the base of the body. sense of lightness and lift all the way up to the hands. Let's release the hands, interlace the fingers around the back of the body. We're going to roll the shoulders back and down, drawing the shoulder blades back towards each other. As we draw the chest open, take our gaze up to the sky, just hold it here without holding the breath. So where are the connections between the muscles across the chest, into the shoulders? What lovely joints and soft tissue within the body. Just find a nice sense of opening. And let's take the arms wide, palms facing up. Take a bend in the elbows, bring the fingertips to rest on the tops of the shoulders. And let's just draw some nice big circles to the elbows. So really we can make these circles as small or as large as we wish. Really take our time with the movements. You may notice here we can feel with the fingertips what's going on within the shoulder joints. I feel some clicking, some clunking. And that's absolutely natural. But what we want to avoid is any sense of pain within the body. Let's go back in the other direction. Keep the face muscles nice and relaxed. Now let's release the hands down to rest on the knees. And we're going to breathe in as we hug the shoulders all the way up to the ears. And exhale as we release with a big sigh. And again, inhale as we gather the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale to release. One more time. Inhale as we gather the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale as we release. Have a little roll out the shoulders. And let's bring the body over onto all fours. So we're going to come onto our hands and our knees. And we're going to walk the toes to the back of the mat. We're going to keep the hips balanced above the knees here. Keep the hips lifted. And we're going to walk the arms forward. So we're going to keep the arms in line with the shoulders. We're going to spread the fingers wide. We're keeping the elbows and the chest and the head all lifted here. And then we're going to take a bend in the right elbow, bringing the forearm in line with the front of the mat. And then we're going to rest the forehead down onto that arm as we creep the left fingertips away from the body. And just find that lovely stretch all the way from the fingertips up into that left hip. So deep stretch into that left shoulder joint here. And we just want to hold that here and breathe into that space. So lower belly still drawing in, we've got that soft upward lift of the pelvic floor. So we keep the core of the body nice and steady throughout our practice. And maybe if we feel any tightness in that left shoulder, we can just gently guide the breath into that space. I'm going to lift the head, swapping the arms over, reaching the right arm forward, bending the left elbow, forearm down in line with the front of the mat, resting the forehead down on top of the arm, and then extending the right arm forward. So creeping the fingertips away from the body, breathing into that right side, from that right hip all the way up to that right hand. So again, nice lovely deep stretch with the right shoulder here. We're going to slowly lift the head. We're going to reach the left arm forward. Spread the fingers nice and wide, arms in line with the shoulders. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as we exhale it, sink the chest down towards the floor. Again, option here to keep the head lifted. We can rest the forehead down. Keep the elbows lifted though as we creep the fingertips forward. Finding that length through both sides of the body. Lower belly gently drawing in. Nice deep breaths. And let's slowly walk the hands back, coming back onto all fours. So it may already feel a little bit of heat into our shoulder joints here. So elbows and wrists balanced below the shoulders, knees balanced below the hips, spread the fingers nice and wide. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as we exhale, we're going to round into the spine, draw the belly in as we sink the tailbone down to rest on the heels. Inhale as we lift up onto all fours, drawing the belly down, roll the shoulders back, take the gaze forward, lift the tailbone. And as we exhale, round into the spine, sinking the tailbone down to the heels. Inhale, lifting back up onto all fours, drawing the belly down, roll the shoulders back, lift the tailbone, take the gaze forward. And as we exhale, round into the spine, sinking the tailbone down. Let's do this 2 more times in line with your own breath. Keeping the moves nice and steady. As we roll the shoulders back, we're drawing the chest forward. And as we exhale, rounding into the spine, we're really lengthening through the arms. So we can really find that sense of movement through the shoulders. Keeping a steady contact to the floor. Notice if we begin to dump any of the weight. So we keep our movements nice and light. And coming back onto all fours. Let's take the hands a few inches in front of the shoulders, spread the fingers wide. We're going to tuck the toes under, and we're going to breathe in as we lift the hips up and back, pressing the heels down towards the earth, coming into our first downward facing dog. So we can spread the fingers wide, a tiny little softness in the elbows, and we're rolling the shoulders away from the spine. So here we find a sense of broadness in the upper back. We're pressing the upper body in towards the thighs as we lift the tailbone. Lower belly drawing in. And from here we can have a nice little pedal through the heels, a little sway into the hips. So beginning to find that foundation through the pads of the fingers, our lovely connection to the earth. And we can find that sense of lift all the way up into the shoulder joints. Sense of strength across the upper back. And then hold it steady. We're going to breathe in as we float the right leg up to the sky, take a bend in that right knee and lift it nice and high. Keep both hands pressing into the floor. So we're just finding a sense of opening into that right hip. And then we're going to step the right foot forward in between the hands. And then we're going to lower the left knee down to the floor. Breathe in as we float the arms up, palms facing in. As we exhale, lightly press the hips forward and down, drawing the belly in, nice protection on the lower spine. So we're into a nice low lunge. Holding it steady here, keep lifting through the fingertips, relax the face. Let's release the arms down the back of the body. We're going to interlace our fingers, roll the shoulders back and down as we lift the chest up towards the sky. It's a nice sense of opening across the chest. Keep the breath moving nice and deep. We always want to be aware of our focus. We begin to hold the breath. Always want to keep that sense of movement within the body. And then from here we're going to float the left knee off the floor, press back through the left heel, keep drawing the shoulders back and down, keep lifting the chest. Soften the toes. And then from here we're going to breathe in as we float the arms back up to the sky. And as we exhale, we're going to float the left hand down to the floor. We're going to breathe in as we take the right arm all the way up to the sky. So that nice sense of opening across the right shoulder. Keep pressing away through the back heel. And then we're going to float the right arm forward towards the front of the mat. We're going to have a little internal rotation of that upper arm. So the little fingers coming down towards the floor. So we're spiraling that right shoulder open. Nice deep breathing. And inhale as we float the right arm up. Exhale as we bring that right hand down to the floor. We're going to step the right foot back to meet the left. And we're going to breathe forward into our plank. And we're going to lower the body all the way down to the floor. Taking the arms wide, fingertips onto the floor. So elbows in line with the shoulders. We can relax the lower body here. So our intention is bringing that awareness into the upper body. As we breathe in, we're going to peel the chest off the floor. Shoulders down away from the ears, and we're just going to hold it here with our hold of the breath. So maybe feeling that sense of energy moving through the fingertips all the way up into the shoulders. Lower belly still gently drawing in. Deep breath in through the nose. And as we exhale, gently lowering down. Let's take the hands in line with the shoulders, tuck the elbows in and press back up into our downward facing dog. Spreading the fingers wide, tiny little softness in the elbows, a broadness across the upper back. Nice deep breaths. And so we're going to move on to the other side. So let's breathe in as we float the left leg up to the sky, take a bend in that knee, lift it nice and high, keep pressing into the hands. Let's look forward past the hands, step the left foot forward. So again, we're going to lower the right knee, down to the mat. Keeping the back toes tucked. Let's breathe in as we float the arms up. In line with the ears, palms facing in, lower belly drawing in towards the spine. So lightly pressing the hips forward and down, so we get that nice opening all the way at the front of that right hip. And we're lifting high through the sides of the body. And from here, let's release our arms, interlace our fingers around the back of the body, roll the shoulders back and down as we lift the chest. Softness in the face. I'm going to slowly float the right knee off the floor. Keep pressing away through that right heel. Bending into the left knee. Keep lifting into the chest. And we're going to inhale as we float the arms back up to the sky. Lifting through the sides of the body. Fingertips reaching nice and high. And let's plant the right hand down inside the left foot. Breathe in as we sweep the left arm out to the side, all the way up to the sky. So again, that sense of opening here through the left shoulder. And I'm going to float the left arm forward so it comes in line with the back leg. And I'm going to have that little internal rotation of the upper arm. So we're spiraling open the shoulder. Keep breathing. Inhale as we float the left arm up. Exhale as we bring the left hand down. And let's step the left foot back to meet the right. Breathe it forward into our plank. Lower all the way down to the floor. Take the arms nice and wide, fingertips on the floor. Elbows in line with the shoulders as we draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Let's breathe in as we peel the chest off the floor. And again, hold it steady. So slow the breath down. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale as we lower. Plant the hands in line with the chest. Tuck the elbows in. And let's press back up into our downward facing dog. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Send the heels down towards the earth. Lower belly gently drawing in. So from here we're going to breathe in as we float the right leg up, bend the right knee, lift it nice and high, keep pressing through the hands. And let's step the right foot forward. Bring the back heel down, press through the feet as we straighten the legs to lift the body up. So thighs nice and active here, softness in the toes. We're going to breathe in as we take the arms wide. And as we exhale, we're going to lean the upper body forward, float the right hand down to rest on the foot of the shin, and let's breathe in as we send the left arm up to the sky. So opening up into a triangle pose. So we're pressing the left shoulder open, a sense of lift all the way up to the fingertips, and slowing the breath down. So from here we're going to create some nice circles with our upper arm. So let's take a deep breath in through the nose, and as we exhale we're going to send the left arm forward, all the way down. Breathe in as we bring the arm back up, and exhaling again. Inhale as we take the arm up. So we're creating some nice circles here with that left arm. So keep pressing the chest open. Maybe slow the movements down. And then inhale, let's take that arm all the way up to the sky. We're going to turn the left palm to face behind us. We're going to sweep that arm around the back of the body, catching a hold of that right thigh. We're going to breathe in as we lift the body up. And as we exhale, we're going to bend into that right knee. Inhale as we sweep the right arm up and back, coming into a lovely proud warrior. That little soft space between the teeth. And let's release the left arm. Take the arms wide, palms facing down, into Virabhadrasana 2. So again, we may feel a little bit of warmth now through the shoulders. Let's release the back arm down. Breathe in as we float the right arm up. And as we exhale, let's move through the Vinyasa. Hands to the floor, step the right foot back, breathe it forward to our plank. Exhale as we lower, keeping the elbows in. Inhale as we lift into the chest. Exhale as we send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Spread the fingers nice and wide. So from here, let's breathe in as we float the left leg up. Bend the left knee, lift it nice and high. Keep pressing through the hands. Let's step the left foot forward. Bring the back heel down. Press through the feet as we breathe in to straighten the legs. And again, let's inhale, take the arms wide. As we exhale, lean it forward. Float the left hand down. Breathe in as we take the right arm up. So pressing that right shoulder open, again reaching high through the fingertips. So again, that sense of opening across the chest, softness in the toes, keep the legs nice and active here. And let's go ahead and create them lovely circles with that right shoulder. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and as we exhale, start to lean the right arm forward. All the way down. As we bring the arm up, breathe in, press the shoulder open, and exhale as we take it forward. Breathe in as we take the arm up. Exhale as we float the arm forward. 2 more times. It's a nice sense of opening across that right shoulder. Last time. Inhale, taking the arm up. Exhale, take it down. And let's finish with our arm up to the sky, pressing the right shoulder open. We can take a gaze up to the fingertips if that's comfortable on our neck. And let's turn that right palm to face behind us. Sweep the arm around the back of the body. Catch a hold of that left thigh. Let's breathe in as we lift the body up. Exhale as we bend into that left knee. And let's sweep the left arm up and back. Coming into our lovely proud warrior. Nice steady breath. Relax the toes here. And let's go ahead and release the arms. Take the arms nice and wide, shoulders down away from the ears. So we're extending away through our fingertips. So a little sense of heat through the shoulders. And let's release the right arm down. Inhale as we float the left arm up. Exhale as we windmill the hands. Stepping the left foot back. Moving through the Vinyasa. Inhale as we float forward. Exhale as we lower down. Inhale as we lift up. Exhale as we send the hips up and back. Coming into our downward facing dog. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Lifting the hips up and back as we draw the belly in. And really breathing into the whole of the body. So finding that sense of space in the back of the chest. Into the back of the ribs. And let's inhale as we look forward. Exhale as we soften into our knees. We're going to breathe in as we step the feet all the way up to the hands. We're going to keep the feet about hip width apart. We're going to bend generously into our knees, sending the hips to the back of the mat. And we're going to inhale as we float the arms up. So arms in line with the sides of the body, palms facing in. So into our lovely Utkatasana. So here a little bit of work in the legs, keeping the body nice and steady. And then we're going to release our hands on the back of the body, interlace our fingers. Inhale as we stand tall, drawing the shoulders back, lift the chest. And as we exhale, tuck the belly in as we fold forward, flowing the hands up and over. So we're just going to hold it here, relax the toes. And let's release the hands, bend into the knees, keep the knees bent as we breathe in, float the arms up. Palms facing in, arms in line with the sides of the body. So again, taking the weight into the back of the heels. Release the arms, interlace the fingers. Inhale as we stand tall, draw the shoulders back, lift the chest. Exhale as we fold it over. Soften the soles of the feet, lift through the tailbone. Bend into the knees, release the hands, breathe in as we float the arms up. Palms facing in, arms in line with the sides of the body. So maybe this time bending a little bit further into our knees. Relax the toes. One more time, interlace the fingers around the back of the body. Breathe in as we lift up, drawing the shoulders back. Exhale as we fold forward, floating the hands up and over, lift into the tailbone, relax the toes. And let's release the hands down to the floor. Step it back. Flow through the Vinyasa, breathing forward to our plank. Exhale as we lower down. Inhale as we lift to the chest. Exhale as we send the hips up and back. Into our downward facing dog. Spread the fingers nice and wide. And let's breathe in as we lift up to the tips of the toes. Exhale as we lower down to our knees. Release the tops of the feet. Press the hips back. And let's lower the body down to rest on the thighs. We're going to take our arms down the sides of the body with the palms facing up. And rest the forehead down onto the floor. So just taking a few minutes here to breathe. So relaxing the shoulder blades, finding that space in the upper back. And inhale as we sit up, nice and gently. So coming to rest in a comfortable seat. So we're going to be using our belt here. Some really nice little exercises to get into the shoulders. So these are standalone exercises that you could do without the rest of the practice. It's a really lovely way of opening up to the shoulders. So if you're like me, I spent the first 30 years of my life ruining my posture, and the last 12 attempting to correct it. And this is really good for upper body posture. So taking our belt, so in our comfortable seat, however that is for you, the seat really doesn't matter. You could do this sitting in a chair. So we're going to take the belt out in front. So we want a nice amount of space across the belt. I mean, I've got about 1.5 meters here. And really importantly, we want to keep the arms reaching out in front. So we want to keep the arms nice and long. And feel free to adjust the belt at any time to make it right to fit your own body. So keeping the arms reaching out, a little bit of tension between the belts. We're going to breathe in as we float the arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to take the arms back nice and gently. And again, breathe in as we float the arms up. Exhale as we take the arms forward. Inhale as we float the arms up. Exhale as we take the arms back. Inhale as we take the arms up. Exhale as we take the arms forward. We'll do that 3 more times. Do that in line with your own breath. Breathing in as we lift. Exhaling as we take it down. So here, maintaining that steadiness in the core of the body, so lower belly still drawing in. That soft, gentle upward lift of the pelvic floor. So maintain that sense of stability within the body as we move through our practice. So our last 4 movements. Noticing we're gathering any tension in the face, keep the face muscles nice and relaxed. And then our last inhale, we're going to take the arms up. Can you keep the arms nice and wide? So again, a little bit of a tension between the belts. Relax the neck here. So notice if we're doing any hunching into the neck. We want to keep the neck nice and spacious. From here, we're going to take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're simply going to lean the upper body over to the left. Drawing the left arm down, lifting the right arm up to the sky. Hold it steady without holding the breath. On our inhale, let's bring the arms back to the center. Exhale it over to the other side. Drawing the right arm down, lifting the left arm up to the sky. Breathe in as we lift the arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to rotate the upper body round to the left. You don't have to go too far. Keeping the arms steady, navel gently drawing in. That little soft space between the teeth. Inhale to come back to the center. Exhale round to the right. Breathing back to the center. Exhale to release. So a little roll out the shoulders. And then we're going to take one end of the belt into our right hand, and we're going to sweep the belt around the back of the body. So it's dangling between the shoulder blades here. We want to be able to move our right elbow freely. So lifting the belt up and down. We're going to sweep the left arm round the back of the body, and we're going to catch the bottom of the belt. And we're simply going to walk the fingertips towards each other. So what we don't want to do is find a space where the body says that's enough, so we don't want to go too far. So here we're drawing the belly in, drawing the shoulder blades back. So see if we can keep the head nice and lifted through the crown here. Chin's parallel to the earth, face muscles are nice and relaxed. We're just going to hold it here so we can just breathe into the shoulders. So really softening the breath within the body. So remember, if we feel any tightness here in the shoulders, we can really guide the breath into those spaces. So we really use the breath to find a sense of opening within the body. And gently release. And let's swap the hands over. So bringing the belt into the left hand. I'm going to sweep the belt around the back of the body. Again, so we can dangle the belt between the shoulder blades. A little bit of movement in that left elbow. Or a little bit of freedom, should I say. And let's sweep the right arm around the back of the body. Catch hold of the bottom of the belt. And let's simply walk the hands together. So again, keep lifted through the crown of the head. Notice if the body's starting to sink forward. So keeping the face nice and relaxed, chin's parallel to the floor, lower belly gently drawing in. So remember, the hands may touch, the hands may not touch. We're all working with our own bodies, our own limitations, our own edges. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale to gently release. Have a little roll out the shoulders. Let's place the belt to one side. Let's come onto all fours. Elbows and wrists balanced below the shoulders, knees balanced below the hips. Let's just move through a few cat-cow movements, softness in the elbows. Breathe in as we draw the belly down, roll the shoulders back, take the gaze forward. And as we exhale, gently round into the spine. Inhale as we draw the belly down, roll the shoulders back, take the gaze forward. Exhale as we round into the spine. 2 more times in line with your own breath. And press into the pads of the fingers, that engagement between the body and the floor. It's always good to recognize our sense of foundation. A sense of grounding. And let's come sit down on our mats. And let's lie all the way down onto our backs. So we just have one nice simple posture before our Shavasana. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. We're going to allow the knees to drift out to the sides. And we're going to take our backs of the arms to rest on the floor. So elbows in line with the shoulders, backs of the hands resting onto the floor. So if our shoulders are specifically tight, this might be a little bit uncomfortable. And if it does feel uncomfortable, feel free to move the arms. It's a nice passive stretch for the front of the chest, into the front of the shoulders. Remember, sometimes a slight bit of uncomfortableness for the body is actually a good place to be. What we learn within our yoga practice is the difference between what we class as pain and what we class as challenge. Sometimes we can move into a position that we think hurts, but it doesn't necessarily cause pain, it just causes challenge, and it's actually the challenge that's uncomfortable. So it's good to learn to recognise the difference. We can really slow the breath down, breathing down into the belly. Yeah, we can start to release our Ujjayi breath, just breathing naturally, softly through the nose. And slowly bring the arms to rest down the sides of the body. Let's start to straighten the legs. So moving into our Shavasana. So go ahead and make any adjustments, any movements. Just allow the body to become comfortable. So just again taking a moment to check in with the physical body. Just notice any changes in the body. Notice how we feel in the upper back, in the shoulders, across the chest. A sense of warmth and energy. And just allowing the body to soften. Release any control of the breath. Just allow the body to breathe itself. So for those of you that wish to continue with Shavasana, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, let's start to find some movement through the fingers and the toes. Just begin to deepen the breath. And let's draw the knees in towards the body. Hug the knees in, have a little rock from side to side. Maybe go for a nice big stretch, deep breath into the body. Exhale with a big sigh. And again, drawing the knees in. And let's roll over onto our side. And lifting up into a nice comfortable seat. So drawing the shoulders back and down. A sense of opening across the chest. Let's bring the palms to touch, hands together. And let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And release that breath with a big sigh. Thank you very much everyone for taking the time to practice with me today. If you enjoyed the session, please click the like or the subscribe button. If you would like to donate to the sessions, simply click the Buy Me a Coffee link below, and I hope to practice with you again sometime. Thank you very much.